guys, welcome back to Nintendo Minute. So we are here with some very special guests. Very, very,
you need more varies.
very special guests. So, of course, you guys know who they are, obviously. This is Mr. Miyamoto, this is Mr. Aonuma, and then also we have Raymond who will be translating for us today. So we're here to talk about something pretty exciting.
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And
yes.
so we thought since we have you joining us today, we wanted to go through some of your 5 favorite things about the game.
とりあえずはもう僕はこれを着てきたの。
So first of all, I came with this shirt.
Very nice.
So we'll start right away. One thing is horses. We like the horses.
専用のデザイナーそれをやる
So the horses in Breath of the Wild, there's actually a dedicated programmer and a dedicated designer. And they spent 4 years creating the horses.
Whoa!
See, they weren't just making horses, they were in charge of animals.
だからその本当に馬にこう自然に
And they made it so that it just really feels natural and smooth and it feels good for Link to be able to hop on the horse.
馬だけにうまくね。あ、来た。それどうやって訳すの
There was a Japanese pun that's really hard to translate, but it was hilarious.
We'll take your word for it. That was really
Good one.
funny. Yeah, I think it's really cool because this one, Link is not sort of limited to just one horse, right? You can sort of pick up the horse from within the environment.
Tame
the horses, jump on, like you said, jumping on is very natural and easy and sort of kind of goes with the flow of exploration in the game.
You know, in Zelda, it's not just horses that's a mode of transportation. You can also do things like transport. And so really, you can warp to different places if it's a big space, but if you want to go into details and go into the nooks and crannies, you can use a horse. So I'd really like all the players to really use the different types of transportation to really explore the game. So, you know, obviously there's horses in the game, but it's also what really we struggled with these 4 years in development is climbing. Whether it's the cliffs, whether it's walls, wherever it is, can we climb it? Can we make it look natural? Can we make it fun? Can we create a game that's fun just for climbing? And all of that, I feel like we were able to really put all that together, climbing, and then also using the paraglider, and then also using the horse. All of that kind of meshed together really well.
それが今ナンバー
Number 2. Yes.
Number 2.
Good transition.
ナンバー2になってます
Very smooth.
Number 2.
It's like you smoothly rode the horse into the number 2 spot of climbing.
2番目に入りましたね。
本当に広い世界をね
You know, it's obviously a vast world, and this cycle of climbing to a high place, looking around, and then traveling with a paraglider, this cycle is something that becomes kind of like an access to how you play the game, and I think you'll understand it when you actually play the game, that it plays a really important role.
I think that's one of the gameplay elements that most plays into the open air thematic, because it's not just, oh, I can look at it, maybe I can ride a horse over there. No, I'm actually climbing this mountain and getting to the top of it.
So, you know, you first start off climbing trees, and you can't even climb to the top of the tree, but later on in the game you're able to climb this huge cliff, and it's that sense of growth, and really Zelda is a game that really revolves around growth, and you can really feel that through the action of climbing, and I really feel like we were able to really capture that.
あと最初に
So, like Mr. Miyamoto mentioned, you can't climb in high places in the beginning, but you can actually eat food that'll let you climb higher. So even that's another form of fun that you can have, where you can eat the stamina increasing item and climb even higher
Yeah, I
places
think that's
than you
cool
were
how
able to
the
before.
climbing in itself, just because you're exploring the world, you're still kind of introducing a puzzle element too. Because the climbing itself, you're having to figure out like what's the best path to take. Like, can I make it that far? There's always
Where to take a breather to
yeah.
build your
You
stamina.
have that heart pounding moment of like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna make it. Oh no.
So yeah, and actually what's at the crux of puzzles is the physics, actually. And really with the use of the physics engine, we're really able to make it so that you really have to think what would Link react to go against the gravity, and what he needs to do to get to certain places.
これがナンバー3
Number 3.
And this happens to number 3.
Another smooth transition. Paraglided into number 3.
あれですよね。
今までのゲームというか割と
when you talk about puzzles, it's like in Tetris, it's very easy to see where everything fits. Like it's clear digitally, but in Zelda, it's kind of analog in that even if you're trying to stack things, you got to stack it right in the right amount, or everything falls apart. Or in other cases, you can actually use brute strength to get to a shortcut. So there's all these different ways to solve a puzzle.
And I think that makes it feel very intuitive because in your mind you can sort of guess, like, well, if I stack it this way, it's probably going to fall this way or the other. It makes it feel very natural.
もう本当にちっちゃなものまで
And physics is used in so many different things in the game, and it affects so many different things, maybe big things all the way down to the little things. So, for example, an apple might start rolling because that's how it rolls, and you might want to eat that when you got to chase it down. So, Mr. Miyamoto has to. I got to go and ask them, make the apple a little lighter so it doesn't travel as fast.
Like running after it down the hill. I do like how, because of the physics, you can solve puzzles in these different ways. You're not forcing the player to solve it in one specific way. I feel like you would probably brute force
This is a new realm of puzzle solving for me.
Yes. He's not very good at puzzles.
I'm bad at puzzles.
Very bad.
Until now.
Oh, yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
それもできるので。
知恵の輪でもガキってやれば外れますから
those interlocking chains, you can. There's a subtle way to do it, and you can also just break it open.
That's what I'm
That's what you're gonna do.
多分
Ripping
正
chains
解じゃない
apart.
けど OK
That's probably not the right answer, but it's
It
unlocked.
works. Yes. Whereas I'm like the complete opposite. I will very meticulously go through and solve it. So let's go to number 4.
あ、
あもう4まで来たか
そうそう。
We're already at number 4.
I know. I know.
More than halfway there.
Yes.
ね、トレーラーで
So in the trailer we finally got a look at Zelda,
Oh, yes.
but we've been really focusing on the idea of freedom in this game. But even with this game that has so much freedom, there's a really strong, really tight story that goes along with it.
でもストーリーって起承転結って
So when you think of a story, it has a beginning and an end, so it lies on a time axis. But when something lies on a time axis, then if players come in at certain points, you might think that this story kind of starts to crumble because it doesn't make sense.
でそこにはちょっとした工夫があるんですけど、それは遊んでみて。
And obviously we have a little sneaky little way to make it all work, but you'll have to play the game to enjoy that.
Teaser. Sneaky. Yeah, one of my favorite things ever about the Zelda franchise and the Zelda games is the story. I live for the story, and I tend to rush through the story so I can find out what happens at the end. But I'm really excited when I play this game to really take my time and explore while enjoying the
Do it
story.
at your own pace.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm glad that you have this amazing, strong story, but with the freedom to explore the world itself as well.
そうですね。今言ったしっかりしたストーリーもあるんだけれども。
And so the game is built so that even though there's a very strong story, you can enjoy it however which way you want. So and the game is set up that way. So I think you'll really enjoy it.
I have a very important question to ask. I always cry when I play Zelda games. Is this game going to make me cry? Do I need to get the tissues ready?
You say you haven't cried yet?
I
The-
cry
the
watching the
videos,
trailer.
trailers?
I mean,
You
seriously.
haven't cried yet?
Yeah.
絶
Okay.
対泣くと思う。
Yes,
Oh.
you will definitely.
Oh,
You're the one
goodness.
person here who hasn't cried yet.
All right. Good to know. Thank you.
演出でも泣くんですけどね基本的には
And obviously, there's moments where it's really touching the story or like the how the story plays out. But there's also in video games, there's also a point where you put all this work into making something happen, and there's that joy and sense of feeling moved because of all the time you put into it. But because this game offers so much freedom, I think everyone will have a different point where they feel like that they feel moved or they feel moved to tears. And I feel like that's also something really interesting about this game.
さて、最後の5つ目。
So go to number 5.
All right.
Last one.
もうこれはとにかく
And number 5 is this world that this game takes place in. It's the nature that this game takes place in. And so, and another aspect is like the environmental sounds in the open air that this game takes place in.
その環境音とすごくこう綺麗。
And I spoke about this at E3 quite a bit, but the background music really melds and blends well with the actual environmental sounds. And so in the morning you have a different sound, in the evening it has a bit different sound. So it really makes you want to go and interact with what you're going to find there when you go there. And so I really think like when you play this game, you'll really be able to delve into the game and really enjoy it.
The ambient sound continues to be one of the most impressive things about it for me. And you think about, outside in nature, it's really quiet, but it's actually not.
No,
And I think in the game, it's just layers upon layers upon layers of things that are just happening, and you feel just like you're right there.
今度ね
Usually when we have environmental sound, it's usually kind of like a animation, and it's planned. But really, in this game, there's also the visual aspect of it, not just the sound. And so, when it becomes nighttime, you can almost feel that it's nighttime. When it becomes colder, you can feel the coldness. And when it rains, it becomes harder to climb. All those different types of expression, how this environment is expressed, they overlap each other to create this really realistic atmosphere, realistic feel to it.
Yeah, and I think with Nintendo Switch, the sound itself is actually enhanced too, so you can further find yourself more immersed in sort of that environment and really get lost in the world.
It's exactly right, yeah. It might be hard to tell unless you actually lay both of them together and compare them, but I was personally surprised at what the difference is.
Yes. Okay.
Bonus.
Aha!
I have one more.
One more thing.
もう一個だけゼルダが可愛い
Oh, yeah. We don't need a translation for that, I
どうして
don't
も言いたい
どうしても言いたい
I just really wanted to say that.
think. Yes, I agree.
もうゼルダ史上一番可愛いゼルダじゃない
In
か
the
と
history of Zelda, she might be the cutest.
Oh! Yes, we showed new artwork,
Yes,
right?
we finally got our first look,
Look.
proper look
Yes.
at Zelda.
つい最初に初
What can the players expect from Zelda in this game?
最後の涙ですね
the tears at the end.
Oh no. I'm so glad I'm more prepared this time though.
今回準備しておきます。
準備
Yeah, I'll just keep the tissues with me
もうティッ
all
シ
the
ュ
time.
もう
Just
100枚ぐらい
everywhere.
You need like 100 plies of tissue.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. This was amazing to hear your top 5 plus the bonus of your favorite things about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the
If you're joining
Wild.
us on this couch, it's just a little too small.
I know, but kind of nice. I feel like we're getting to know each other really well.
楽しく過ごしました
It was fun.
Oh, good. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. We've seen a lot of new footage of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild this week. So let us know in the comments below if you have any favorites that you'd like to share with us. But we're so happy to be here with Mr. Miyamoto, Mr. Aonuma, and Raymond. So thank you again so much for joining us. And remember,
Nintendo Minute is never a minute.
and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.